Hey everybody, it's Brooke with the Buttered Home and welcome to a very special Christmas edition of Messy Kitchen Monday on a Sunday or whatever day of the week it is for you. We shared this recipe a few years ago and I thought it was high time to make an updated video. What we have is we used to go live only every week, and I think what we have on the website now is just a remake of a live video that we did some time ago. But this is a really great Christmas food gift. It's also a really great traditional holiday food to make with the people that you love. And it's our version of Christmas Crunch. I'm making a double batch today, but I'll be giving you all the amounts that you'll need for just a single batch. But this is really easy to double, to split, all those good things, just like all of our other Buttered Home recipes. We try to make it easy so that you can feed a crowd or a couple. But this is a really simple recipe, and Lord, I give this as food gifts every year at work, and everybody looks forward to it. So I'm actually making mine for today, so I figured I would film it because that is food blogger's life. But nonetheless, we use these Quaker oatmeal squares with brown sugar. They don't have a lot of brown sugar in them, so we always add some to the recipe. But the recipe, and I have to put my glasses on because like I said, I'm filming this kind of on the spur of the moment. So if you get a glare from my glasses, sorry. But we have poured one box, it is the equivalent of 8 cups, into one large roasting pan. So you can use that roasting pan for something other than Thanksgiving, right, to make this Christmas crunch. So we've got an 8-cup box of that Quaker oatmeal cereal in here, and then to that I have just rough chopped about 2 cups of pecans, and we're just gonna throw those in there. And then I like to use my hands for this, and we just mix everything up. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to kind of come together, and that's what you have. So now we're going to make the candy portion of this that we'll pour over this, and we will cook on low temperature. So at this point, you will want to preheat your oven to 250 degrees, and then everything else will be done in the microwave. So I am going to move my camera, and I'll be right back so we can do that together. Okay, so to a rather large microwavable vessel, I like to use these big measuring pour cups here. We have got a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, a 1/2 cup of light corn syrup. We have 4 tablespoons of butter and 1 teaspoon, oh, no we don't. We have, let me start over. Millie's whining and it's distracting me. We have a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, a 1/2 cup of light corn syrup, that's the white or the clear. We have 4 tablespoons of butter, and over here we have a teaspoon of vanilla, and then we have a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. These will come in after we get this kind of rolling to boil. So I'm going to place this in the microwave for 1.5 minutes, and then we're going to stir it, and then we're going to microwave it every 30 seconds until it comes to a full rolling boil. So hang with me, I'll be right back. Okay, we finished 1.5 minutes in the microwave. So I'm going to take that out and show you what that looks like. Everything's kind of just started to melt to come together. Now remember I said that I am doubling this recipe. So I know it looks like I have a lot more than 4 tablespoons of butter in here, because I do. I have 8. Okay, so this is going to need to go just a little bit longer. So usually it takes me about 3 30-second interval cycles in the microwave to actually get it to start to boil. So we're going to start on our first one, and then we'll be back. Okay, so this is after our first 30-second interval, and you'll notice that my butter still has not melted. but it's starting to make like this caramel sauce, and that's what you're looking for. So we do this on 30-second increments because once it starts to boil, it will happen very fast. We don't want to overboil it because this is just like making candy on top of the stove. You only want a soft boil on this, not a hard, because you don't want it to cook or burn too fast. So I'm going to do it for probably 2 more 30-second intervals. Come back and show you what it looks like when it's boiling. Okay, this is what it looks like whenever it has started to boil. It's all kind of foamy looking and wonderful. So to this we are going to add our baking soda and our salt and our vanilla. And this is going to give it flavor and cause it to puff up even more. It's like a chemical reaction going on in here, and it's great. So you just want to make sure that you get that mixed in really well. And this is why you only want to bring it to like a soft boil, so that you can get that foamy consistency all the way through. So it kind of puffs up, and then we're going to pour this right over our candy. And don't worry about it if you get it like dumped all in one spot. That's okay, because we're going to take it and just kind of fold it in so that all of it can get nice and coated in that mixture. And we're going to cook this low and slow. We're going to cook it at 250 degrees for an hour. We're going to stir it every 15 minutes. So even if you don't get it coated really well on this very first time, never fear, because once this all heats up again, you're stirring it 4 different times in the pan, then it'll all get it on there. So I'm going to pop this in the 250 degree oven. We'll come back in 15 minutes and stir it. I'll probably bring the camera back at the 30-minute mark so you can see how it's starting to cook and how it's starting to look, and then we'll come back at the end and show you the finished product. So hang with us. Okay, we're back. We have finished 2 15-minute intervals. So now I'm just going to show you what I do every 15 minutes. I just kind of stir it all around and make sure that everything is nice and coated. One of the things I want you to notice is that all of that candy that we made has now evenly distributed throughout our cereal and pecan mixture. And by stirring it every 15 minutes, we ensure that every piece gets coated. That is one of the reasons why this recipe is so easy to make more of. Now, the amounts that I've been calling out for you have been for just one batch. Like I said before, I have doubled my batch here. So I've actually used 2 boxes of cereal. I have used 4 cups of chopped pecans, and everything else has been doubled as well. So at 250 degrees, your candy mixture doesn't tend to burn. It's a low enough heat that you won't burn it, but it will keep it hot enough that we can make sure that every piece kind of gets covered in it. So once we stir it really well, every 15 minutes, we just kind of smooth it back out. Then we are going to pop this in the 250 degree oven for another 30 minutes to total a 1 hour cook time, and we'll be stirring it in the middle there at a 15-minute interval as well. So we have 4 stirs. Then we will allow this to cool, break it apart, and put it in airtight containers to give as gifts. So I'm going to finish this last little bit of a cook time, and then I'll be back with you after it cools to show you how wonderful this Christmas crunch is. Hey everybody, we are back. We have finished our total 1 hour cook time, and y'all, I have this huge mound of candy in front of me, and it's fantastic. I just took it and I spread it on some parchment paper, and I've allowed it to sit here and cool for about 30 minutes, and now I'm about to get ready to prep it to give as food gifts. I found these cute little Rubbermaid, Tupperware, knockoff containers that have the Christmas top on them. And we'll just simply take the Christmas Crunch and we'll just fill up each one of these containers with this delicious goodness. Now, I like to keep some of it in clusters. A lot of it will break apart into these single pieces, but a lot of it will stay together in larger clusters. I think it's great. You can have big pieces, you can have small pieces, but we just fill up these containers and we keep them sealed, airtight, and then we give them as gifts. Or once it cools completely, you can put it in one large container and you can snack on it all week long. As a matter of fact, I've got to make another batch of this for the Buttered Home people here too, for their Christmas present. All they're getting for Christmas is Christmas Crunch. But we hope that you will try this Buttered Home tradition. This, like making cookies with your family for Christmas Eve, is something that is so important. It really is, to have nice traditions with your kids and your grandkids, your nieces, nephews, even if it's just like going to look at Christmas lights. Spending time together in the kitchen is something that is close to the Buttered Home's heart, and we hope that it's close to your heart too. We hope y'all have a very Merry Christmas, and remember that Jesus is the reason for the season. And be sure that you're following us on all of our social channels so that you won't miss a thing. And if you're not already, to make sure that you subscribe to our channel on YouTube and ding the bell so that you can be notified when we drop new videos like this one. Y'all, we love y'all, and may the Christmas spirit stay with you every day for the rest of the year, next year, and long years thereafter. From the Buttered Home to your home, we love you guys. Bye.